Welcome back, football fans, to From the Hip, podcast where satire and facts collide. We actually weren't doing the show this week, but so much happened in the NFL that we decided to come, and we thought it would be irresponsible not to come and speak on it. But before I can do that, I have to introduce the From the Hip crew. Gentlemen, let me welcome all of you guys here today. I have Mr. Kory, pissed off Ravens fan Thompson.
Yeah.
Rodriguez. Tyler, we never call him Papa Spank Daddy. Don't ever let him lie to you.
Except one time.
Okay. And joining us on the phone because he is away from home is Hollywood Mo.
He doing Hollywood things tonight.
Yeah, that's what sometimes goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, today is February 4th, and we are in the week of the transition in the playoffs. Last week was the conference championships. We had two great games. Next week, we've got the Super Bowl. But this week, we had the Pro Bowl. We ain't talking about that. Okay, but there's been so much going on in the NFL, so I wanted to have a conversation.
We have the flag football game. Whoopee.
Easy now. Nice. Okay. So first and foremost, guys, we owe it to him. Listen very carefully. We all have had our teams ousted this season. And as much as we'd like to talk about it, some of our teams didn't even make the playoffs. We ain't talking about that. But there is a man here who has bled black and purple all season. He stood on top of the table screaming Charm City on day one. He's the 40-year-old man with a Lamar Jackson poster on his bedroom wall. With that said, we at least owe him the opportunity to get whatever he feels out after last week's game. So, Kory, you have been awarded the uninterrupted, and that's right, y'all, I said it.
I promise I won't interrupt.
Our mics will be muted. With the exception of yours, Kory, the stage is about to be yours. For 3 minutes, we're gonna throw it up there.
Hey, you gotta restart the clock. That's already started. You working like the refs in the game.
Yep, already starting the clock. Okay, we're gonna give you uninterrupted time. Okay, 3 minutes uninterrupted. Say whatever you want. Don't talk about my mama because I will come get you. I know where you live, sir. All right. So, gentlemen, if you will, please mute your mics.
Drink up.
Okay. Let's let Kory have his moment. He deserves it. His team was the last. It's only fair. Okay. You ready, Kory?
I'm ready.
All right. Here we go.
I'm so defeated as a man right now. So defeated that I had to go hoeing this weekend. I had to go hoeing to make up for that missing void. We had one job to do, and that was beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and we couldn't do it. Well, not that we couldn't, we didn't. I'm not like Justin. Justin's talk about sign a kicker with your first pick, do this, get rid of this guy. No. I'm more vile, more vicious than you, Justin. What the both? Listen up, DeCosta. You need to forget Todd Monken and put him in an end zone. Barefoot. Take glass buckle. Brock you up on the field and make him run 100 yards barefoot on the glass buckle. And me bet say next season we're gonna run the ball. Because that's all you had to do was run the ball. We had success running the ball. It wasn't like we shit the bed like the Lions. We weren't down 3 scores. We were down 13 points. If you run the ball, guess what you do? You control the clock. You keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline where he belongs, and we win the game. Granted, The end of the game, the last 3 or 4 minutes are a bit questionable in my eyes, because I rewatched those plays again and again and again, and you were flag happy for Kansas City, but when Isaiah Likely got a pass interference when he got tackled, and I rewatched that play 6 times and 2 times in slow motion, so that makes 8. He stopped, turned, and got tackled, and there's no flag. Then the next play, he gets held, tripped, turned, and no holding call. But oh no, oh, you were taunting Kansas City Chiefs. There needs to be a flag. The Saints have been through the same thing. So now I feel the Saints fan, because 2 seasons straight, about 3 or 4 playoffs ago, the Saints were in there. And at the end, when it was down to the wire, there was pass interference and it wasn't called. And yes, we can look that up because I am 100% accurate. 2 seasons straight, these refs were paid, in my view, to have Taylor Swift, who is now, I think, a part of the Super Bowl show at halftime. So to the refs, you take this. To Todd Monken, don't let me catch you on the streets or I'm beating you with a baseball bat in your kneecaps and you're going to learn to run the ball.
Kory, I'm glad you had your 3 minutes. I hope you let it out your system, sir.
Oh,
Do you feel better?
a little bit. Because I got to be like a little bit like Mo and Justin, where Mo likes to threaten people with a knife. Todd Monken, you're the offensive coordinator. How do you not see you have success running the ball? Kansas City is very shaky against the run. How do you not see? Oh, oh, we were able to move the ball with Gus that easy? Lamar? Oh, but no, we're going to turn into a passing team. We're going to play like we're down 3 scores. Can we cuss right now, or should I watch my
Yeah, and
mouth?
if you want, I can bleep you later. Go right
What the
ahead.
fuck was that? What fucking decision are you making? Harbaugh, take over. I understand, Harbaugh. You trust your team, you trust your guys, and I get it. They've been doing great all season long. But at that point, you need to step up as the head coach and say your old ass is making the wrong call. You are Ric Flair. You are too old to be doing this shit anymore right now. You should have stopped him. They should have stopped him. They should have ran the ball. That's all I got to say about that. But we shit the bed, our defense, the first half. Second half, our defense was phenomenal. We stopped Kansas City from moving the ball. They had like 93 total yards of offense when we had like 230 in the second half. We did a great job. Zay Flowers, you did a great job. You fumbled because you didn't need a dive for that touchdown. You should have just went down and we could have punched it in. Lamar was trying to make plays with his arm. Lamar was trying, bro. I feel so bad for the guy, for Lamar. Our defense played great. Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, PQ. You guys stepped up when you needed to. But Jesus fucking Christ. We didn't shit the bed because we only lost by 7. But goddamn, could we have won that game? 100%. 100%. So who's up next? Because I'm gonna get fucking drunk.
All right. So, gentlemen, and by the way, you can actually speak now. He's had his moment. In fact, he went over his 3 minutes, but we allowed him to. He needed to. Okay. The Ravens lost this game. Or did they? Did the Chiefs win the game? Justin, I'm gonna go to you first.
The Ravens lost this game, man. And I'm gonna tell you why, bro. I know I've been shitting on Kory last week. I shit on Kory during the week. You know, you've been catching straight bullets from me. So remind Kory, you my brother. I love you to death, bro. Isn't that personal? After this week, you know what I'm saying? We back to normal. But you know, I had to shit on you because you've been shitting on me all week. But
no, I didn't say anything to you about your bills.
right,
I
bro.
let
But
you
you know
have
what
that
I'm saying?
rant. That
I'm
rant was great.
I'm a
That
little
was
salty, bro. So you know what I'm saying? You made this far. and you called this since week 1. So I gotta
This
shit on
close.
you. I gotta shit on you just a little bit, bro.
I was this close to my Super Bowl
Yeah,
prediction.
just wear your bulletproof vest, take that little bullet, and then yeah, man, just move on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now
Hit me
moving
with
on
the
to the game.
shots.
Right to the game. The Chiefs, you looked great, bro. First half, I can't believe you guys looked that great, bro. This was everything I was saying when I was saying the lights shine bright, blind a week, woo this and third. But now, come second half, I said
1 second, Justin. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I almost forgot something, man. I almost forgot something, and God forbid I forgot this.
Night for that whole damn 53-man roster when they come to the bank, because the road to the Super Bowl comes through the M&T Bank in Baltimore. And remember that, because I stand on business.
All right, I want to ask.
But there's nothing wrong with that. The road to the Super Bowl did come through the
by the way.
M&T Bank.
He was right.
I really appreciate y'all
You
adding
have
that
to
to
go
the
to the
show.
bank.
I really appreciate y'all adding that to the show. I needed that. That was hilarious.
But it does. The road to the Super Bowl came through the M&T Bank. We're number
He's
one.
right.
That is
He's right.
100% correct.
He's definitely right.
Let's get back to you. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, Justin.
You good. Back to what I was saying. The first half looked amazing. Looked like Chiefs were gonna run away with it. You know, I was talking my little crap inside the group chat we have and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was throwing the facts back at them. This, that, and the third. But the second half, you see, I got quiet. The reason why I got quiet in the second half, because the Ravens, if he didn't fumble in the end zone, this is a whole different game, in my opinion. You
14
shut
right there.
Mahomes down. And you know what? We're going to get to this later on in the show, but I'm a little happy on why I see that. All right. Going back to Patrick Mahomes, like I say, he's the greatest quarterback in the league today. He's going to be the greatest quarterback in the league moving forward. I don't see anybody giving him any smoke. You know, I hit you guys with facts that he's the most consistent quarterback. He's been in the AFC Championship. He's been there many times. The lights don't blind that man. Yet the Ravens were able to stop him in the second half completely. It's just the offense fumbled. So the game was the Ravens lost. They lost their game. I think Lamar was a little hurt, a little flustered when he threw that last interception. It kind of broke his heart a little bit, but I just say get it back next year, bro. I'm not gonna say they out fully. Moving forward, Lamar is gonna get a Super Bowl ring. Just not gonna be this year, man.
But I mean, if you look at that, when he went to the bench, he threw his helmet, but it was more of a like, how did they not make that call? Is what he said. Because I rewatched that play, and Anthony and I talked about it.
And you know how I feel about it. I feel like when I put the game on that call, like,
but
I'm not trying to say that it wasn't a call that could have been happened, but at the end of the day, that's not the end all. They lost.
Yeah,
that's not.
You went through three other quarters. You went through 3.5 quarters.
The ball. They gave up on the run, first and foremost. Because if they run the ball, even in the first quarter when they started to run the ball, it was clean.
Yeah, it looked scary. It looked very scary in the first half. When Ravens run the ball in the first half, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna hit the end of this shit.
Our RPO is ridiculous.
But I think because of the weapons, the options.
Yeah,
that's what it is. The options.
RPO is ridiculous. But I get what you're saying. We had 3.5 quarters to win that game, and I 100% agree with you guys. But it's like I said, at the end of the game, you had that hit on Isaiah Likely. He turned back to get to the ball because he stopped. That's pass interference all day. You can't tackle somebody. The hold, we would have been on the 30-35 with a fresh set of downs because it was third down. We would have been on first down. How do you not make those calls? But in the first quarter, you call hold defensive pass interference on us on like a touch, like a tug. But it to me, it's wild. But I personally can't just dwell on those last two plays and say that they would have changed the game, because we could have got the pass interference, been on the one and not punch it in. And I've seen that happen in Baltimore last year against the Dolphins. We were on the one and they decided to run the ball 4 times in a row and not get in. So I can't dwell on that. Could it have changed the aspect of the game? Yes, it could have.
All right. Hey, Mo. Okay, I know you're here, and I want to bring you in. Remember, y'all, he's on the phone. Mo, how did you see this game? Did you see it where it came down to that, or was it more about the things that they were doing?
I think they gave up too fast on the. I don't even know if it was gave up. I don't even think that it was a part of the game plan. 6 carries for running backs. 6. That's it. That was nuts. That was crazy. But they somehow they got themselves back in the game. That fumble took everything. I don't put it on Lamar, but I think this was the year because you see their defensive staff has been poached for other teams. So they got to put that all the way back together.
Yes, sir. We're going to get to that for the coach.
McDonald, why'd you go?
Hey, we not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
We not
Stop
there
getting
yet.
ahead, gentlemen. Stop getting ahead.
I'm hurt. I've been crying
happy.
tears.
I'm
I've been
happy.
crying tears for McDonald. I've been crying tears for this boy.
I'm happy.
You should have heard the conversation I had with your
You know
pops.
what? Since if you want to shit on the bed, let's move over.
Let Tyler could say what he's got to say too. He could go in on this.
But it ain't just McDonald.
I mean,
But it ain't just
I
it
know,
ain't just
Mo.
McDonald. It's a
I
bunch of them.
know. Yes, I know.
Why y'all trying to get past what I already have already easy now. Okay, Tyler, you watched this game, correct?
No, unfortunately, I missed this game. I was had to take the wife out.
The next game I really want to talk about anyway. Okay, because this game is what it is. We already let Kory go and beat this one down to the ground. Okay,
Todd Monken needs to be in a wheelchair.
This game is the game I'd like to have a conversation about. This is exciting for me.
Exactly. Lead the charge, Optimus Prime.
Okay, because if you didn't watch the game on Sunday and tuned into the show, and I put this graphic up, you wouldn't really know how I felt about this game, mostly because the final score really doesn't jump out at anybody. The 49ers won the game. Well, they were supposed to. They were favorites to win the game. What's the problem, right? But with that said, let me change the graphic. Whether you agree with me or not,
Where's the button? Where's the button?
To at least minimum 2 crucial games. Hold on. I know it's got to be here somewhere. Let me check. That man is reckless. Okay. To at least 2 games that Reckless Dan lost for the Lions. Minimum. And now he lost the season and the chance to go to the Super Bowl. This is the worst example of a degenerate gambler in the NFL and a horrible example for young fans watching. Okay. I can't let anybody tell me different. And while I don't personally get a vote for Coach of the Year, I pray that on Thursday, when the awards are announced, that anyone else but that man is reckless is holding that little trophy. Any of the other 4 guys, I will welcome. This guy does not deserve to be Coach of the Year when he cost his season. He cost his team the season. And the funny thing about that, and I know I haven't gotten to anybody, I will, I promise. But this is the same guy. Okay.
Have been our only shot. Do I think that? No. Do I believe that? No. However, I know how hard it is to get here. I'm well aware. And it's going to be twice as hard to get back to this point next year than it was this year. That's the reality. And if we don't have the same hunger and the same work, which is a whole nother thing, once we get the offseason, then we got no shot of getting back here. I don't care how much better we get or what we add or what we drive. It's irrelevant. It's going to be tough. Everybody in our division is going to be loaded back up, and you're not hiding from anybody anymore. Everybody's going to want a piece of you, and which is fine, which is fine. But so it's hard. You want to make the most of every opportunity, and we had an opportunity, and we just couldn't close it out. It does. It stings. It stings. This may have.
He's right. He's right. It does sting. It stings so much that during the same press conference, okay, we're going to take him off of that. We're going to put this up.
Really good about us converting and getting our momentum, and and not letting them play long ball. They were bleeding the clock out. That's what they do. And I wanted to get the upper hand back, and it's easy hindsight, and I get it, I get that. But I don't regret those decisions, and that's hard. It's hard because, we didn't come through. It wasn't able to work out, but I don't. And I understand the scrutiny I'll get. That's part of the gig, man. But, we just didn't work out.
Oh yeah, he understands the scrutiny he's going to get, and he deserves it. Because although he did a good job of coaching this team to the playoffs, he lost them several key games, which would have changed the dynamic of where they were. Additionally, he lost the Super Bowl because he didn't make it there. He didn't make it there because in the third quarter, when they were down by 3, instead of tying the game on a 4th and 2, they went for it with a pass. They got a turnover on downs. They lost the opportunity to tie a game. Then later in the game, when they were down by 3. No, I'm sorry. At that time, they were tied. They were up. Then they were literally down in the 4th quarter by 3 points. And instead of kicking for it on 4th and 3, you went for it with another pass and did another turnover on downs and lost the opportunity to tie the game in the 4th quarter with only 7 minutes left. All San Francisco did was go down and score one more time to put this game away. San Francisco is beatable. You know why I know that? Because you scored 31 points on them. Anytime you can score 30 points on a team like San Francisco, you should have walked away with a victory. That score should have been 37-34. And we should be talking about the very first Super Bowl that Detroit has ever gone to. This should have been a wonderful Super Bowl to watch, but instead we're stuck watching San Francisco, who has not looked that great. Thanks, Reckless Dan. Now, I've said my piece. Now, gentlemen, I'm especially going to go to you, Tyler. Tyler, you watched this game. How did you feel watching this game?
So, I definitely like the whole first half, it was all Detroit. And I was just like, I think, because watching San Francisco play in these playoffs, to me, I was like, they are showing a lot of weakness, especially when they want to be because that Packers game, very close, rookie team, really pushed them hard. And so it was one of those things where I'm like, San Francisco's they're looking weak coming into these playoffs. And then watching just that first half of the Lions just dominating. It wasn't until the second half where I thought at first I was going to think San Francisco might try to bring it back. But once that third quarter, I think it was 24-17 because they were up. The Lions were up.
Lions were up.
Yeah, Lions were up. It's 4th and 2. And all I'm questioning is, why are we doing this? It's third quarter. It's 8 minutes. There's no reason to do this. It's even if it was a 4th and 1, 4th and inches, you're up. You have a decent lead. It's not a substantial lead, but not enough to where if you're tied or even, maybe we could start questioning this. It's not that. You're up. Just kick it and keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing exactly what you're doing from the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, that's the moment I was like, I think Anthony's onto something. I defended it. I've defended Dan. I've defended him since I've pretty much been on here. I've brought up aggression versus recklessness over and over. And this is where I'm going, this is reckless because there should be no need to do this, to push it this hard. And it just kept compiling, just bad call after bad call. And it made me go, I think Anthony might be right when it comes to this. Because it was disappointing to see how much San Francisco came back at the end and how much the Lions were giving them to make the comeback. It wasn't a San Francisco coming back to win. It wasn't a San Francisco just overcoming. It was the Lions letting San Francisco get the victory at the end. And so to me, it's disappointing. I get watching what we just saw. I get his frustration. I get that stuff. It's weird. He says he doesn't regret some of the calls he makes because that's high. He said, I know hindsight and blah, blah, blah. Well, this is a decision where you go, I regret doing some of these things. At the moment, I didn't, but now I'm doing it, watching it over. He's emotional about it, and I get it. But it's at the end of the day, that's him realizing he shot himself in the own foot. He screwed his team.
Unfortunately, he doesn't regret it because they're in the playoffs. He'll be there next year. His job is not in jeopardy.
I will say
There are
also
players on that team that won't ever be there again.
I get that he's got emotional, but I do what I didn't like while talking. I get, yeah, he cried, he got upset. That's fine. Dude's emotional. It's passion. He's passionate about this, and he's mad. He's upset. That's fine. What annoyed me was how he was saying how he's like, if we don't have the passion, we're not making it back in. We're not doing this. You don't say stuff like this. Not in defeat. Not when you're saying how's next season's looking. You keep your head up the entire time. You go, we lost. We fucked up. Whatever you want to, admit your faults, that's fine. But you can't sit here and go, oh no, if we don't come in with the same passion, we're not going to make it. We won't do it. You don't put those doubts in there. You're a head coach. You're supposed to sit there and tell the press conference, tell your fans, tell everybody, screwed up. We're going to fix what we did. We're going to fix what we're going to do. And we're going to, next season, we're coming back stronger than ever. Yeah, the conference is going to be a strong conference again. Yeah, it's going to be a tough fight, but we're going to be up there every day, pushing it, fighting it every day. You don't sit here and say, well, there's a chance we might not. To me, that sounds like a defeated man.
Put negative doubt out there.
Exactly.
Justin, how do you feel? Because you were one of the most, on this panel anyway, you're the, leading the charge for him to win the Coach of the Year. Do you still feel the same after this game?
I do. I still do.
You do. Can you defend
the reason why I say that is because I can't defend him this game. It's a lot of bad calls this game, and I believe in the first fourth and short. You go for it. Granted, that's what you've been doing all year. Second one, damn near almost did a third one. I just don't see it, bro. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You want to play that aggressive ball, but when you have bad events happen constantly, which means you went for the fourth, got short, then you got the ball back and you fumble, and then they score that. Then you get the ball back again, and then you want to go. Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Read the cards that are in front of you. I said it.
So I can't get you to admit that he did a bad job. And he doesn't deserve the Coach of the Year.
He did a bad job this game.
You cost your team the Super Bowl.
This game, he stuck by his gut. And he went by his year. Yeah, the game of the year. But the Coach of the Year award is not for postseason. It's a regular season award. This is a team.
All right, in the regular season. Hold on, sir. I'm gonna come back at you now.
Okay.
Because now in the regular season, when had the opportunity to take the number 2 seed.
Don't answer that question because I want to go last and I'm going to answer it. I'm going to answer that question. I got an answer for that.
Straight times.
I have an answer for that question.
I'm going to give him a short answer. I'm not going to go too in-depth in that answer, but against Dallas, you stuck by your gut. You try to make a statement, and you made a mistake. It happens. We already went through this. We already went through this argument, so I'm not going to go really too deep in this.
I got you. And I'm not trying to drag you back into the same exact argument.
We went through this argument.
But I was like, I'm trying to understand, when is enough enough?
I mean, it bit him. Like you said, he's a gambler. He had to have gambling problems young in his life. He had to, bro. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? So going into the postseason, it just bit him. It bit him in his ass, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Are you still here with us?
I am definitely still here.
All right, Mo, can I get somebody to tell me that he does not deserve this Coach of the Year award? Are you with me on this?
Hell no.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's a regular season award.
It's regular season, man. It's regular season.
I'm with you.
He brought the Lions to the playoffs.
I'm with you on this.
Phenomenal.
I'm with you on this.
Thank you.
Shocking.
You know what?
Well, let Mo go.
You
Let
Mo,
Mo
no,
go.
no, no, no.
No,
We
no.
gotta, this,
Let Mo go. I'll explain why. Let Mo go. Let Mo go.
all right, Mo. What did you
Mo
see?
don't have to go. I don't have to go because they y'all covered everything. But like Justin said, it's a regular season award, bro. He got his team there. Detroit ain't been there in forever. He got him there. He made a bad. He made some bad decisions in the game. And they lost. Now your ass out. But am I gonna say he's not coach of the year? Hell no.
Okay.
I
All
still
right,
respect
Corey, what you got?
still respect you.
So just to make you happy first, before I get into all the rest of this, to make you happy, I feel he's not coach of the year.
Thank
You
you.
have Jared Goff on your team, a guy who's been to a Super Bowl. You drafted Sam Laporta, a guy who broke records. You got David Montgomery over there. You had Aiden Hutchinson, who is a star. You have Amon St. Brown over there, who was already a star. My coach, but this has nothing to do with Dan being reckless. My coach of the year, and I stand on it, is D'Amico Ryans. He had nobody, and gets CJ Stroud and takes them to the playoffs. That's where I stand on that. I understand Detroit had the drought, but this is the Houston Texans we're talking about. They were a last place team last year and they turned it around. Detroit did fairly well, but now back to this game. The Detroit Lions shit the bed. You had a 3-score lead going into half. You had a broken conference. You had a Bears who couldn't play anything at the start, where Justin Fields was hurt too. You had Aaron Rodgers finally step out of the conference, and a Jordan Love who couldn't do nothing for half the season.
Definitely
No,
turned it
he was bad turned it on at the end. And then you had
gonna be
the
interesting.
Minnesota Vikings with no Kirk Cousins. So this was your year to win your division because you had less injuries than everybody else, major injuries, and move forward, or changes as well to move forward. This was your year. I didn't like his comment talk about San Francisco likes to bleed the clock, because from what I've seen, San Francisco likes to put up numbers in their games. So they move the ball
They did
fast.
score.
So that's irrelevant. That was a bad comment by Dan Campbell. Next, but now to answer your question earlier about the number 2 seed, why would they want to win the number 2 seed and have to potentially face Green Bay Packers, who were on fire, instead of the LA Rams? Because I don't want to face the Packers at that point, because the Packers looked really good coming into the postseason. So maybe it was strategic. Maybe he was like, yo, if I get it, I get it. Maybe not. No. They knew they were in the playoffs. But I'd rather have played the Rams than the Packers. My personal opinion.
I hear what you're saying, but I do not personally think that the Lions or Dan Campbell gave a shit who they played. He believes so much in this team that he would have, if you would have told him he was going against Baltimore, he would have said, bring him. It doesn't matter. And I don't think Green Bay scared him at all. And not to knock you, Tyler, or anything, but Green Bay shouldn't have scared him. Okay.
No, they should have.
Green Bay didn't scare anybody really coming into the league. They should have scared the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are the ones who shit on the bed.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Nah, man.
Green Bay, and this is not taking anything away from Green Bay. This is not.
No,
I'm
I
agreeing
agree.
with you guys. At the beginning of the season, Green Bay was not on the A game.
No.
Turned it around. Jordan Love is it's going to be interesting to see what he can do next season. I think he's one of those young quarterbacks I'm going to be watching for sure to see what they can do. But I don't think there's a team that made the playoffs that would have thought, "Oh, Green Bay's coming to town. Oh no, let's worry about them."
You can't say Dallas shit the bed. Dallas just didn't
Dallas
show.
definitely should.
They didn't show up to play. Detroit shit the bed. You have a 3-score lead against the number
You're right.
1 seed
You know
in
what?
the
I
in the
agree with you. I take
NFC.
it back. You're right. Dallas didn't even show up.
They just didn't show
Detroit
up.
blew it.
Yeah,
Detroit
they
blew
Detroit shit the bed. You got
Yeah.
3-score lead.
it.
At that point, man, you have to take those points. You
Got
you had a touchdown lead, you make it 2-score possession.
Okay. And you know what? Let's move on to the next thing because those were the games. We're going to get into next week's games next week. Please join us next week when we actually break down the games on Super Bowl Sunday. The things you may want to know prior to your last minute bets. Pull in. Now, from one Dan to the next. From one Dan to the next, Dan Quinn has been announced as the new head coach of the Washington Commanders.
When did this happen?
This
This was
happened.
early in the week.
I'm glad
It
for
did?
him. More
I
glad that
didn't
he
see
is
this
not
one.
the defensive
Okay.
coordinator of the Cowboys anymore. Okay, so here's the thing: Dan Quinn has now joined Washington. Um, he didn't get the job for Seattle. Congratulations, Justin, because everybody thought he was going to Seattle.
Whew.
Should have.
Bullet, boy.
Okay, yeah, you guys definitely
Guys,
missed.
a bullet, boy.
Right. So, what does this mean for Washington going forward? Who would like to start on this one?
Shit, I'll go.
Oh, would
I
you
got
like
it.
to
I
come
got
in?
it. I
Go
got
I'm
ahead,
it.
go ahead, go ahead, Mo.
Listen, all this means for Washington is many more years of ass. That's what this means. Many more years of ass. This was probably the worst person they could have got for the head coaching job. So good luck, Washington, and you're welcome. Whatever
Welcome.
else I can say for you, because you just won yourself absolutely jack shit. All right,
facts.
you
Facts.
you're gonna suck for years to come. Congratulations, and I'm out.
I think he nailed it.
Nailed it.
Anybody have anything different that makes anything that seriously?
I
No.
mean, let's not be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's look
Oh,
at it
dude.
from like
Man,
a
there's a
logical point of
Cowboy
view.
organization where he
Let's look at
he's
it like a logical
the
point of
primary
view.
reason why the
Yeah, well,
Cowboys are not in the playoffs.
Well, the
Yeah,
logical
and I get
reasoning to
that.
look at this is we'll see Washington in 2026. Fuck off.
But let's break this shit down, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we gonna talk about coach hiring. Let's talk about both sides. You know what I'm saying? Let's see the
Okay.
benefit to the cards. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's ass, right? Washington, in my opinion, is gonna be ass too. But let's look at it. So I want to know why Washington chose him over Belichick, over for a ball.
That's an excellent question.
That's a
An
good question. You know what I'm saying? So we
Oh,
got
very
these are things that we got to break down is why they chose Dan Quinn compared to a legendary coach. You know what I'm saying? In his right, he was going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer,
I'm glad you
or
brought up Belichick because that's
or
one I want to talk
I have an
about
answer
too.
for that right
or
there.
a number one seed in the NFC or in the AFC. I don't remember what time. I think times in the AFC. AFC
Yeah, they're
a couple
AFC.
years ago, who was the number one seed,
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel.
Yeah,
Why
that
choose Dan
I
Quinn
don't have
over
an
them?
answer for that because he would have been my choice.
And that's who I thought it was going to be. So I wanted him for
He
Seattle.
would have been my choice.
So why did Washington go with them?
Maybe
I
Vrabel
don't have
didn't
an
want to
answer
go
for
there.
why they went with him, but I do have an answer why he didn't go with Belichick, and it's because Belichick wants too much
Control.
too much control,
Yeah, it was control.
and they want a guy who's gonna, hey, you're a head coach. Let's stay a head coach. Okay, I'm not gonna give you player personnel. I'm not giving you in charge because they already had their eyes on somebody, which is my next slide. Okay.
But
Hold on,
now,
wait. Well,
hold on. We gotta
Yeah,
go back
let me
to
let
that.
him go in. You tell me why you think that they hired.
well, I don't think Vrabel wanted to go there because they had a fire sale. You sold 2 of your stars. Terry McLaurin, he's great wide receiver, but he's getting old. You know, your running backs haven't really produced because you don't have an old O line. Robinson's a weapon, you know,
Great weapon.
but
Great team monster.
you have nothing there. So I don't think Vrabel wanted to go back to a team to rebuild it all over again. As far as Belichick goes, Marlon Humphreys on his podcast said something pretty amazing. He's like, so if this guy's the GOAT of coaches, 6 championships, why does nobody want him? What does that mean? So to me, I just took that quote and I look at it as like maybe Belichick's more of a prima donna than we really think. He thinks he's meaning maybe he's too high on himself
That wasn't
at
clear.
this moment.
He got rid of Tom Brady out of his team just so that he can prove he could do it without him.
Yeah.
That wasn't clear when that happened. That's the same thing that happened with the Bulls when they broke up that
Oh yeah.
crazy championship squad
What was that?
because
Was the
he could do it again. He could rebuild the team again. The Bulls haven't won yet.
what the hell is the guy's name, man, that was in charge of the Bulls at that time? I forget his name.
I forget his
But I
name.
know who you're talking
His name
about.
was Jerry Krause. His name
Jerry
was
Yes, Jerry
Krause.
Krause. Yeah, yeah,
Mo.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Belichick
it
wanted to prove the
shows
same thing that he could do it without Tom. Hasn't done it.
he can't. He won't. He needs a quarterback. He should.
Y'all
Belichick
are
needs
saying
to
all these
like.
things. Y'all are saying all these beautiful things. But hey, man, at the end of the day, Washington won themselves 10 more years of ass. 10 more
Damn.
years of ass.
I'll give him 4.
But I
I'll
have
give
an
him
answer for you
4.
guys. I have an answer of why they didn't go with maybe a Vrabel. And I think why is because of this. I think it's because they wanted to grab the Kingsbury. He has been apparently he's about to be named the offensive coordinator. His deal with the Raiders fell through. Okay, the contract negotiations went through, and we could be, even as of today, we can get word that he's been hired as the offensive coordinator. So you may ask, who the hell is Kingsbury? All right. Not everybody has been paying attention. He is the former
Head coach of the
head
Cardinals,
coach
right?
of the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it's not even about the Cardinals. What he has been doing as of lately is he has been a quarterback coach at USC. Okay. And I believe that from one of the things that I've been hearing is that it's going to be an interesting connection to Caleb. That Washington is about to make a major play with the Bears to trade up for number 1 because they want Caleb. And that's why they're going to bring in Kingsley.
I heard who. Do you know who the Raiders are going to get? Do you have that slide on here?
Who the Raiders are going to get? They haven't announced it yet.
They're saying they're going to get what the hell's his name? Getsy, Luke Getsy, the OC, fired by the Bears last month. The Bears' old offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting. And I wanted to talk about this because a lot of people still feel the whole thing with Justin Fields is still up in the air. Nobody knows what the hell is going to happen. Some people feel they're going to keep him. Some people feel they're going to trade him. Vegas is very interested in them making the trade. They want Justin Fields if he's going to be traded. They've already let that known that if you are down to trade him, give me Justin Fields. They want him. So this is like super interesting. Guys, tell me, what do you feel? Do you think that I may be onto something here?
You might be time, bro.
Okay, with this connection?
Of course, because that allows the Bears to go into number 2 and actually draft Marvin Harrison Jr. And I mean, they can ask for anything at that point. The Bears can, we're going to get your first round this year, give us a second round next year, and maybe a 5th later in the draft, and we'll give you our 4th or something.
They can build a hell of a team by making this trade.
Yeah, the Bears need to protect, and then with their second pick protection. Who?
The Bears hold all the cards, bro.
They do.
One hell of a team. You know what? You know what? Be a nice trade.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give them to you. Give me somebody. Doesn't matter who. Give me your number 1 from next year and your number 2 from next year. Something for you.
No, they taking number 2 this year. They'll trade. Yeah, they'll swap picks so they can get Marvin
next year, and I'll give you this one. You know why? Because just like Mo said, they're gonna be ass.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be ass. So guess what? That'll be a good pick again. All right. Anybody got anything for me on that?
The only thing I gotta say is, can we trust the Bears to not shit the bed?
I don't know. The Bears seem to be.
The Bears aren't bad.
No,
The
I'm just saying
Bears aren't bad.
they've made
They
bad calls for years, like preseason
right, but right now
rebuilds. Bad.
they're not in a bad spot.
They're on the cusp of doing something good. I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying, how much faith do we have they don't fuck this up?
Oh, all they got to do is protect Justin Fields, get him another weapon, and protect this kid, and then try and figure out their defense. They got a running back. They get
I
him another
agree.
weapon with more. They'll be good, and get him a lineman. They'll be
That-
good.
Well, it's like what Justin said. They have the cards, but the Bears are notoriously known to make
Yeah.
stupid calls, and it's been the past at
Hmm.
least minimum 5, probably longer.
They're not the Jets, so I don't think they can make that bad of a move.
They've made bad calls for a good amount of time now. This is their moment where they can redeem all the shit calls they've made for the so many years, where they can finally build a strong team and actually
Hmm.
become a contender again.
They could definitely walk in the wild card if
But
do.
they could also just drop the cards and fold it all and just not know what they're doing. It wouldn't surprise me either.
All right. Let's get to something that I know that Justin's been waiting for.
Why?
McDonald has accepted the head coach position.
Yeah, lucky I don't got my chain with me.
Seattle Seahawks. This is a great choice. And I'm sure he can make this young defense look like the old Legion of Boom. First step, though, he's got to lock up the rest of his coaches for him. Second, in my opinion, is go sign Leonard Williams before he can smell the money that the other teams are fitting to offer him. Justin,
Why?
obviously, I know you're excited about this hire. Tell me. Talk to me. What do you got?
Listen.
What are you thinking about?
First, I want to say thank you, Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? I want to say thank you, Harbaugh, for everything you've done for McDonald, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Kory, for allowing me to take your defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? I don't think your Ravens defense will be the same next year, but we'll see. We'll see whatever coordinator you guys grab up.
We already promoted Zach Orr, who is an ex-Raven.
Kory, don't interrupt this young man.
Yeah, man. The Ravens defense the last 2 years, right? They finished in 8th overall defense in 2022. This year they were ranked number 1. For him to come over with the 3 young DBs I've been bragging about all year long, like you just said, he's gonna make it the Legion of Boom, bro. It's gonna make it all over again. I believe it. All we need, and I've been saying all year long, is a front 7. Once we get that front 7, and I feel like, and I believe in my soul, he's gonna be able to pick some linebackers out in the offseason and find something in the draft or find some key gems in free agency, and he's gonna build up this defense. The offensive side of the ball, though, I hope he makes the right decision, and I hope he tries to make Geno compete for that quarterback position, because that's exactly what we need to make this a more elevated playoff team, right? Now, that's just the player-wise. Now, going into coaching-wise, I feel like he's one of the best defensive minds on the market today. Him becoming a head coach was a surprise to everybody. That he's coming to Seattle is a surprise. Not that he will eventually be a head coach, because he was I believe he was from Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I wrong? Did he coach at Michigan for a little bit? Yeah, I was right. See what I'm saying? Then he's going against Shanahan twice in 1 year now. I love it. I love this. He said they're calling him be able to break down Shanahan's offense better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? When the Ravens decimated the 49ers earlier in the year, destroyed the 49ers, that defense came to work. Now you play Shanahan twice a year. I say that division's up for grabs. That division is not no more. It's the 49ers division. As long as Geno can come to play, or you go make him compete and you give a new starting role to someone new, Shanahan, the 49ers cannot lock up the division, and the Seahawks are officially contenders now in my book. So I love it,
Justin.
And I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait.
That's going to be super interesting. Tyler, Mike McDonald going to the Hawks. Justin's speaking about this as if they're going to take the division. Do you see that with Geno Smith still as the quarterback next season?
Who else is in their division? I just want to double
Uh,
check.
49ers.
49ers, Arizona, and the Rams, I
The
think.
Rams.
Yeah.
Honestly, it sounds pretty good. I mean, the 49ers are going to have to really figure out what's going on with them. Like, I don't know what's going on with them in the playoffs at the moment because regular season, they were great. Postseason, they've been playing very tight games. I think this is going to be good for the Seahawks. I'm not worried about the Rams or the Cardinals too much.
Worried about the Rams.
I'm not worried too much because of what of everything Justin has said. Because the Seahawks have been they've been like a pretty mid team this season. They're not bad. They're not great. They're pretty middle of the pack. Now you're upgrading. You're starting to fix these holes. So it's not a bad team becoming mid. It's not that long of a journey to move up. So now they're fixing these holes to become that great team. And so I think even with Geno Smith, I think with Justin said, you give him that more better O line, fix some more defensive things. I think he could pull out and really start to shine a little bit more. And I think with that, I think they do become a very high contender in this one. I think the 49ers will probably still be will be a rough one if they can figure out what's going on, if they continue to play this way afterwards. But we'll see. But I think I'm agreeing with Justin with this one. You pick a mid to become better.
I'd like to agree with you, Justin, but honestly, I only see this being the beginning. It's just the beginning. It's a great start, wonderful start. I agree
Ding
with
yourself.
Coach hiring. I think he can do wonderful things with this team.
Ding
But
yourself.
a long, long road ahead of him before I think that they're going to be dangerous.
Ding yourself.
Okay, I think that here, only because I'll take the acceptance when I can, but they have a lot to do on offense before we can start talking about them taking over the 49ers role, because it's like when everybody talks about LeBron being right behind Jordan. When the hell did he pass Kobe? That's my first question. Okay. And that's how I feel about this. Like, we can't talk about them getting up to the 49ers when the Rams are in the same division, and the Rams are really, really good. They're really good. The Seahawks are there with a good start, but until they get a dominant quarterback, which this could be their opportunity this year. There's like 6 great quarterbacks coming out this year.
think we're just a quarterback away, to be honest with you.
I think you're a quarterback away. I think one of the best
That's
things this team could do is trade DK
No.
or
Crazy.
somebody. I don't like DK. I honestly don't like DK.
Crazy
He
as hell.
doesn't do.
There you go, Justin. He
hell.
must be smoking this. Look,
You know what DK is to me? DK is Odell Beckham on the Ravens. Like, you know who he is, but he doesn't do anything.
But this man be getting like 9 catches a game, bro.
he
Average that
is.
shit, bro.
Do anything. He's there. We see him. He looks all brolic and he's super fast and can run.
The reason why I say this, I say we're a quarterback away, and I'm gonna bring it down, is that the receiver core, we got that. We here already. You know what I'm saying? Between JSN, Tyler Lockett is like 100 years old. You know what I'm saying? But
I like him.
Yeah.
I like
Tyler
Lockett.
Lockett is great. But he's 100 years old. So we do need to look forward, moving forward from him. You know what I'm saying? He's a great number 3, because that's what he is on this team now. Even though everybody considers him a number 2, he's a number 3, because JSN is coming up and he will take the number 2 spot. DK is the number 1 guy. He's our AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm gonna sound like Mo when I say this. He ain't no number 1.
You crazy as hell, bro.
Look,
right?
There we
You
go.
got
I like
K9
that. I
in
like
the
that phrase.
backfield.
I
You
like
got
that
K9
phrase.
in the backfield, where K9 will run through a wall. He's like a Pacheco. If you want to compare him to another player, he will run through a wall, run through you.
Checo actually makes it through those walls, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He gonna run through you, but he needs someone to block him and you need to be able to have that pass run threat. Geno Smith doesn't give us the consistency he should. He has great games, but he also has really bad games. You know what I'm saying? You need a consistent quarterback. We are one quarterback away from having a good offense, right?
You're one quarterback, two offensive
Good
line,
offense, okay.
wide receiver, and a defensive
Nah.
line. And
Nah, I feel like you're
away
dragging
from.
it now, bro.
Let me
No,
stay on the
I'm
defense.
actually telling you what you would need to be a quality team.
Hold
You're a
on.
quarterback, a wide receiver, two offensive linemen, um, and a defensive lineman away from being a scary team to me. You have multiple
Nah,
roles that need to be filled.
timeout. I'll go to the defensive side of the ball. You gotta remember the talent Mike the McDonald had in Baltimore.
Mhm.
On our defensive
Which
line,
is,
we had Meta BK, we had Jadeveon Clowney, we
yeah,
had Kyle Van Noy. That's pressure all day. You had Roquan and PQ Patrick Queen, who were Pro Bowlers this year, or all
and
first and second
majority of the
team.
names you just mentioned are veterans in his
Yes.
league.
No,
Kyle
no.
Van Noy's been in the league longer than I've been
Kyle
born.
Van Noy and Jadeveon Clowney, Roquan and PQ and Meta BK aren't
PQ is
veterans. They've
new.
been in there about
He
4 or
is
5 years.
and he's already talking about leaving this team.
There was a lot of talk. Yeah, there's a lot of talk because he's
Yeah.
trying to get paid. But I think we're gonna end up franchise
Get
tagging
paid to
him.
Seattle because Seattle can definitely use that.
So
That would be one guy. Go to McDonald. Go over there. That's one player that will help.
right, but they gotta pay. The thing is, you have corners, so you're good there. You have corners, you're good there. But another thing that I mentioned before, and I hate to harp on it, Baltimore's always played next man up.
Yes, we're gonna get to that.
McDonald's got to go to. He has to instill that culture in that team for you to be good. They have Bobby Wagner. He is old. He's not producing like he
Mhm.
was anymore. They don't have
He's still
anybody
good.
else on that in that front seven. They need pieces to
Yeah,
be good. So your defense will lack. You'll probably be able to cover, but you can only cover for so long if you can't get pressure on the quarterback.
facts, facts. So with that, let me get into this one. Okay, I want to go back to Baltimore for a second. Not to hate on Baltimore, but I want to get back to Baltimore.
We gave up everybody. It was a fire sale for us.
It just doesn't stop though. Because Baltimore hired Maurice Chestnut. I mean, they hired Anthony Weaver as their defensive coordinator. I mean, in Miami, he went to Miami, so he's left Baltimore. My bad, he left Baltimore.
He was our defensive, he was our run stopping coordinator, basically our
Yeah.
defensive run coordinator,
Okay,
whatever.
so they lost yet because he accepted the job as defense coordinator for Miami. And while I wish my namesake well in Miami, I'm left to question what this means for the Ravens. They lost McDonald to Seattle, Weaver to Miami, Wilson to Tennessee. They're about to lose their offensive coordinator, Monken. And okay, before the offseason is over, they could lose one more coach as well. While change is imminent in the NFL, I feel the Ravens are being punished for having a winning season and playing so well that they did. It's causing them to lose more than most of the rest of the NFL teams. Because that's just on the coaching side. On the player side, they have several players who are up for free agency. So this team
Mm.
could be very different next season, especially on the defensive side of the
I
ball.
ain't gonna say what I want to say, but I'm gonna compare him to a team that did shit this year. But I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say because I like me and Kory's relationship.
Say what you want to say. It's okay.
No, I was gonna say that it's kind of looking like the Eagles off season from last year, in my opinion.
Mm.
Oof, oof, he's
That's
kind of right.
terrible.
I was thinking it. I didn't want to say it because it is harsh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is harsh. So hold
The-
on, Corey, before I'm going to let you rebut, but I
oh,
do want to bring in Mo
oh
in.
no, it's nothing
He's been
bad,
quiet.
but
He's
it's
been quiet.
okay.
Hey Mo, I know you're away, but you know you're missed, buddy. You're missed. Do you see Baltimore's team repeating or at least going deep into the playoffs again next season with all the losses to coaches and possible player losses that they've already got.
I hate to say it, but no,
Mm,
at least not far, not far into the playoffs. I think it's a wrap for a few years.
I got you. Um,
They got to find the coaches. They have
yeah,
to. That's a lot of coaches to lose, bro.
it's a
A
lot.
lot of coaches
It's
lose.
unfortunate because they had a great season, and because they had a great season, they're being picked apart. So, all right, Kory, I'll let you get to this because I know this is your team,
Oh,
and it's not that
oh,
we're trying to pick on your team by any means.
it's okay. I
Yeah,
understand that we
because they're
getting
being so good,
decimated,
they're losing everything.
but the problem is it's not going to be a problem because we breed from within. A lot of our coaches are people we bring up that we've had on the team, the squad for a while. We just don't go out and grab
That
people. Like
said, sitting
Monken
in traffic,
was one. Yeah. Like he's an ex-Raven. He's been there for a few years now. So he knows the system. He knows what works. He was working with McDonald. So he's gonna do a lot of similar things that McDonald was doing because hey, it worked for you, it's gonna work for me. Same thing. We got to see what Lamar can do under Todd Monken's offense. So if Monken was to leave, you're going to go and grab another coach who's similar to Todd Monken to fill that void. I just said it earlier. It's always next man up. We keep the same system. You told me the other day that you were listening. I think it was Joy Taylor, how the Baltimore's been a consistent top defensive team since
yeah,
since their existence.
they
It's true.
were the team has been coming since the team became a team when they took it out
In
of
'96, yeah.
okay, they've been known as a defensive team. And a comment made by Joy Taylor was, "You would think Harbaugh was a defensive coach, with the fact that the Baltimore Ravens are always a top tier defense." And that being said, is that's just to show you how good of a defensive team they always are.
So I'm not afraid of that or worried about that. Zach Orr is going to step in. He's going to do a phenomenal job. He knows the system. He's a he's an ex All Pro because he was second team All Pro in 2016, 17, something like that. So he's going to fit right in. The guys already respect him. Let's wash. We'll be fine. We've lost people before. We've lost offensive coordinators before. We lost Rex Ryan to the Jets. We were fine.
Yeah, Rex Ryan wasn't that
And
special though.
hey. He brought a Super Bowl. Rex Ryan was a damn good defensive
Right,
coordinator. I love Rex Ryan.
he likes feet. Hold on. So I made a comment early this year. Why would anybody want to go to Philly and be a coordinator for a lame duck staff that is starting out on the hot seat from day one, as their head coach? Nick Sirianni's job could be as fragile as glass if the Eagles struggle at the beginning of the season. Well, I got my answer. The answer is going to be Kellen Moore, the former offensive coordinator of the Cowboys for 2 seasons, spent last season with the Chargers, is now the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. And joining him on the defensive side of the ball is going to be the former Broncos head coach and most recently the Dolphins defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio. Probably said his last name.
Mm.
While I'm sure he'll be a great fit there, he was born in Pennsylvania. He played there. He was a consultant for the team just 2 seasons ago. And but he'll be the first person in line to replace Sirianni next season if he struggles. And I think that's why they're hiring him now as a defensive coordinator.
Mm.
With his long resume and his Philly roots, I can see the writing on the wall. You better be careful, Nick.
Let me start.
Go ahead, Kory. Go ahead.
I love Kellen Moore. He was a Boise State quarterback when they were on that blue turf with Doug Martin. I loved him then. He was a backup. He didn't get no play time. And then once he went to Dallas and took over that OC, he did a phenomenal job. This guy knows how to move the ball and put up points. Even with the Chargers, with their multiple injuries this season, they could still put up points with Herbert. I think he's going to be a great fit. He's going to help that offense expand and grow. It's not going to be no more tush push touchdowns. They're going to be getting big boy touchdowns under Kellen Moore. Vic Fangio, I've seen him before. He's been around a long time. So we'll see what he can do because that defense needs to be fixed. They were broken this year. But Kellen Moore, man, I'm waiting this. I hope he gets an offensive a head coach job someday. He's still young. I'm just a fan. I'm a fanboy. That's all. That's all I got to say. Go on to whoever else. Go. Good job, Kellen Moore.
You should. We want to talk so well about Kellen Moore. He was the offensive coordinator with the Cowboys when the Cowboys were okay. When they finally got a chance to get rid of him, Dak had his greatest year he's ever had.
That's under a different. That's under different circumstances. But let's talk about this. Dak had his best year targeting just CD for the most part. Kellen Moore spreads the ball around. That's what they really needed. And they were able.
He threw a lot of interceptions on the Moore. Herbert did not look that great. Herbert took a step back.
Yeah, but they were able to run the ball. They were able to
run the ball under Kellen Moore.
Under Kellen Moore. They couldn't do it.
Got you there.
On this offense. Interceptions are going to come because interceptions are usually a bad read by the quarterback.
It's a part of the game. Certain quarterbacks throw more interceptions than others. And you have to limit that. You know what I mean? But I'm just not sold on him. And when you go into a team like the Eagles, that the Eagles are in a market similar to New York, similar to Dallas, similar to San Francisco, where it's all or nothing right now. Super Bowl or bust every season. Like everything you do is got to be right now. And it's a what have you done for me lately type place. So him going over there, going to a game manager and like Jalen Hurts, I don't think this, hey, I could be 100% wrong. He could come in and turn Hurts into a beast. I just don't see it.
Hey, I mean, what does he have to lose? Hurts had it. How many times have we said it? Hurts was out-dueled multiple times.
Almost every single week.
But but will he be the first blamed? Is the question, or will Sirianni be?
Sirianni, because everything's on Sirianni right now.
I feel like
it's going to be blamed if you tripped on the sidewalk for a crack on the street. It's Sirianni's fault that crack was there in the first place.
So
right?
He kind of has a cushion going over there. If you want to look at it from like a chess move kind of as like a chess move kind of higher, is that he kind of has a cushion going over there. Even if he does shit, making bad calls first couple games, I don't think he'll be the one fired. He'll probably be promoted, if anything, like you said, or it'll be the other guy.
That'll be Fangio who gets that.
If anything, he has a little cushion before getting the boot, more like a reality check. So,
having some squad, having quality players. In fact, you could say he has a squad.
Bro, he has a Super Bowl winning team, bro.
Yeah, he has a squad.
He can definitely win a Super Bowl with his team.
If you have a good system that you plan on putting in,
exactly.
And I'm not going to
there.
have a good system. What I'm saying is that if you put your system in with these players who are very good players,
you
should have a squad.
He has a bunch of talent, but talent not going to win you a bowl. Hard work does. Yeah. And what they say, Kory, what they say all the time, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Yep.
Quote me on that.
Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. You were right.
If Jalen Hurts, but if y'all missing practice,
we talk
no AI.
Practice.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, yeah, you're right. I think this is Jalen Hurts. this all really rides on Jalen Hurts. If he wants to come in and be a leader, or if he wants to come in and be a crybaby like he was this season.
And you know what's crazy? He will never be blamed.
Oh, of course
Because
not.
he's the $52 million quarterback they just signed. So he won't be blamed. Not to the end of his contract. That's when they'll blame him.
Mhm.
Contract year, they'll blame him.
Mhm.
Sounds
But
like
until then, you the $52 million quarterback. Whatever you say goes. You might as well give him the offensive coordinator job. Let him make the calls on the field. You might as well. Because he will never be blamed.
I got you. I'm going to get into this next coaching hire, and I'm going to get to Tyler, and then I want to get to Mo right after, because Mo said something that I'm probably going to steal the words out of his mouth when I say this. Former Bills offensive coordinator and sacrificial lamb Ken Dorsey is taking on the Cleveland coordinator job. I think the
Oh
hardest part of the
boy.
job will be to actually pick his medical coverage, as it seems that nobody on the Cleveland team can stay healthy. I think they should change their name from the Cleveland Browns to the Cleveland Black and Blues. Tyler, the man got fired in Buffalo. Mo said that he took the blame for something and he had nothing to do. And now he's getting another chance by going to Cleveland, a team that actually was good this season. But I think their coach had to be very, very, very good, because he had like 19 different players at every fucking position. What is Ken Dorsey going to do to try to keep the Cleveland Browns in a winning way?
Man, I'm not 100% sure, in all honesty. I mean, the thing is, because like you said, he's the scapegoat for what it was.
He
So
played
this,
in Buffalo.
yeah, that's what I say. He was the scapegoat for Buffalo. So now the real, to me, the question is going to be: was it the right call? Is it the scapegoat? Is he going to go over there and then do the same exact thing and then cause the same? You know, that's the one thing that I'm just not 100% sure about on this, because because when you run to the scapegoat situation, that's where you now just have to go. This is his proving ground. This is where he's going to have to sit here and continue the Browns improvement in how they played last year. They have to go in the first games looking strong like they have towards the end of this season. And if they don't, then Buffalo made the right call. Buffalo and Kevin Dorsey's not going to bring anything. But if they do, if Buffalo's wrong and they continue the strength that they have, then I think that then it wasn't Kevin Dorsey's fault for what happened.
Got you. Mo, thank you for joining in. Glad to see you, buddy. You're muted, Mo.
You're muted, bud.
Yeah, glad to see y'all. We're here. We're back. What you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the fact that Mr. Dorsey has got a new job. This is something you said at the beginning of the season. He played sacrificial lamb and fell on the sword when the Buffalo Bills were looking for somebody to blame. So
Yes.
now, but I do have to ask you, because I do have to say this. When they did get rid of him, Buffalo started to win again.
Thank you.
Making the playoffs. Hold on, Justin.
Don't move too quick, because I got something to say too.
In the first place, but somebody need to be blamed. Mo, I just wanted to see if you wanted to double down on it and sit there and say that Dorsey did fall on the sword for Josh Allen, or was it his fault that Josh Allen was struggling?
I'd like to walk back that statement, because it looked like Joe Brady did better than Ken Dorsey. I like to walk back that statement, but he was still a bit of a scapegoat.
I'm disappointed in you.
That boy moonwalking. He moonwalking.
Hey man, did you see how they looked?
After
He
he left?
moonwalking.
No, no, and no.
Tell him, Kory.
You're done talking. He was a scapegoat because you, Justin, and you, Mo, at the beginning of the season, along with me, what did we say about Josh Allen when Ken Dorsey was there? He
Took
looked
back of
like
ass.
MVP Josh Allen. He
I
was
said he was
putting
ass.
up numbers. He was throwing the ball and making touchdowns.
That was
Okay.
when he beat the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Came off
He
this
was
17-point
looking good. And what happened to Josh Allen the last like 6 games of the season? Where did he go? Who won the Bills the game? Because it definitely wasn't Josh Allen.
Yeah, they won. Josh Allen didn't look good.
Josh Allen wasn't throwing the ball and making them look good.
All right, so this
And
is
and
this is
and just so you know, I am a U fan. Ken Dorsey is a U quarterback in their heyday, and I never liked him there.
and I
I
never liked
never
Ken
liked
Dorsey
him there.
because I'm a
I
Florida
never
State fan.
liked him.
So let's get back to the topic at hand. But let me tell you something. This is why I said what I said, because Josh Allen seemed he didn't throw them out of games and stuff like that. He seemed to make better decisions. But at the end of the day, Ken Dorsey was still the scapegoat. Because if I tell you to throw the ball, that don't mean throw it to the other team.
Mhm.
All right.
Damn.
I was getting to a part, but now you done pissed me off because you brought up you brought up exactly what I didn't like. But now you know what? We'll get to see how stupid Ken Dorsey really is, because now he has to make a rapist throw the ball and try to take them to the next level, and he ain't gonna be able to do it.
Well, I heard they're trying to keep Flacco.
They're
The
gonna need
GM's
him.
trying to keep
They're gonna
Flacco.
need him
So
because you
we'll
know
see.
what? Deshaun Watson is not taking them anywhere. All Deshaun Watson want to do is get inappropriate touches from women. He ain't gonna care about the touches of the football that he's gonna get, and they're gonna be sucky. They're gonna be sorry. All right.
Can we put it back on just call only?
You see what happens when he gets on his video, right? You see what happens. Justin, you're sitting over there like you got to go pee. So talk to me. What?
Because I don't want to hear that bullshit, bro. Listen, bro. He leaves, we go on a 10-game winning streak. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Just because, right? You want to bring up MVP numbers. Well, last time I checked, and Josh Allen still is an MVP candidate. Final 5.
I don't know how.
But hey, no, bro. Right? He was throwing up big numbers in the beginning of the season. Yeah, when you throw 60 times in a game, you throw 3 picks. Hey, bro, I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? You threw the ball 60 times, bro. 3 is only picked off. Is what it is, but you get tired too. I get delusional after a while. My eyesight get a little blurry after a while. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, he goes from a game changer to a game manager, because that's been the real talk lately. And all of a sudden, we start winning games. So who was the problem, bro? Just because now he's not throwing up Patrick Mahomes numbers. Patrick Mahomes himself ain't throwing up 300 yards a game. No more. But yeah, you see where he at. Mahomes was almost beaten twice this postseason because he's a game manager now. You know what I'm saying? You can't say the offensive coordinator that he was the problem, he was a scapegoat, bro. He was the first to blame. You're not gonna blame the $48 million quarterback. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna blame the head coach. It's the system we always lived in, and he didn't want to run the ball. He wanted to throw the ball 60 times. So guess what? Now Nick Chubb, granted, big dog, big hard runner. You're not running the ball this season, Papa. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have that quarterback, whoever the fuck it is, throw the ball 100,000 times. The quarterback's gonna lead the league in interceptions, and then we're gonna be like, well, where's Nick Chubb? He's gonna be B. John this year. Nick Chubb, brand new knee and all that, gonna sit there like this.
Wait, don't bring up B. You know, I'm glad you brought up B. John. Is that a part of this show?
Hold on, let me tell you real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
This is gonna be Nick Chubb this season. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let y'all know that he's not running the ball this year. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Nick Chubb's gonna have the lowest rushing yards he's ever had in his career. Quote me, put it down. And when I play this same clip next year, when I'm right.
I don't think that's going to happen because you have a Cleveland who's built to run. You're not going to come in and just change that whole offense. Ken Dorsey's got to reinvent himself. He just can't throw because remember, Buffalo's never had a really good running game the whole time for a while. Cook finally showed up the second half of the season.
Why?
I mean,
why?
Finally showed up.
Why did he
but
show up in the second half of
he
the season?
finally showed up. But I'm saying they've never had a good running game. They had Singletary,
but
then he wasn't that good.
Because he wants to do something. He don't have a real quarterback over there.
I know, but he's gonna have to run the ball.
Nah,
Nick
he got
Chubb is
the
still gonna run the
50-year-old
ball.
50-year-old cashier throwing the ball.
You got
the massage parlor specialist
now.
You got the massage
again?
parlor
I didn't hear
specialist
you.
over there. You know what I'm saying? And you still got PJ Tucker, who was warming that bench after Flacco came in. He got quarterbacks to rotate.
What you saying?
One
I didn't hear you.
Another winning.
You don't have to run the ball with Chubb. He proved that this season because they got two other.
And that's what I'm saying.
Running back.
He's not going to pay Chubb either. Let once Chubb's contract expire. Because know that's when Chubb's not getting re-signed. I just want you to know that. Bro, Ford came in and took over the entire run game. You think they're going to pay Chubb what he want? Yeah, okay. Chubb, bro, best believe you are not getting paid top dollar no more because someone came in and showed he could do the same job you did and still for way less money. Chubb will go ahead and go to one of these Super Bowl contending teams and take a pay cut. That's what he's going to do. He will no longer get. Yeah, he's going to go take a pay cut somewhere.
On Henry.
He's not going to be a top. He's not going to be a highly paid.
How are y'all talking about Nick Chubb like this when this man's been phenomenal his whole career? You're just talking about it like he's a piece of garbage.
Major knee injuries in his career, and he's
bro, done, bro. I'm not saying he's not going to come back and run hard. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying when it comes to contracts, and teams that are going to sign him, nobody's going to pay him the amount of money he wants.
Let me just throw something out there. Do you guys remember somebody named Adrian Peterson? He's had major knee injuries and he was still producing. With the technology and the medicine they have today, Nick Chubb will be fine.
Pull up Adrian Peterson's last 3
seasons. Adrian Peterson was 110 years old his last 3 seasons.
Hey, y'all gotta calm down. Y'all gotta calm down. You know Adrian Peterson wore purple. Y'all gotta stop this.
Right.
You gotta stop this. All right.
You're right. My bad.
Come on. You're right. I ain't gonna talk bad about him.
Matter of fact, pull up his last 5 seasons and tell me his stats. Pull up his last 10 seasons, tell me his stats.
Nah, he wore purple. You gotta leave that go.
You're right, my bad.
Let that go.
Right, my bad.
Hey guys.
Once you wear that purple.
Van Pelt. Okay. Yeah, Alex Van Pelt left Cleveland to join the Pats. Bringing over a long history of working with young quarterbacks. Question is, which quarterback will he have to work with next season? DeMarcus Covington has been promoted as the defensive coordinator. As the former coordinator is now the head coach. I think this is great. Both men are both coming from the Belichick tree, in essence, right? And
why you had to pick that picture?
What picture?
You see, okay. Thank you.
Bro, hold on. You gotta understand something. The man was what, a linebacker coach? There ain't a lot of pictures to pick of him. Okay?
Yeah, it's probably 3 pictures of him.
Okay. If you go to his Wikipedia page, there's no picture. All right.
That would have been better.
So, you're lucky I didn't have to write his wife to say, "Can you send me a photo of your husband?" Okay. Seriously, like it's crazy. But this is what we got now, and what I like the fact that is that they are promoting from within to fill these spots in, almost like what Kory likes to say, next man up. Okay. And they're all under the same hierarchy of like training. So they're all from the whole Belichick.
Can you stop this? Can you stop? Don't say that again. Do not say the Belichick tree
umbrella. Don't
saying that,
mention
like,
nothing about
there's
Belichick
one thing
again,
we
bro.
can say about Belichick is the man was a great defensive coordinator.
That's and then that's where it stopped. Because
Yeah, I'm not
tell me
trying to
what the
say
rest of
nothing
them.
else. But what I'm
Tell me
saying,
what everybody else from the tree did.
Who's heading
They
to
just dead
Jacksonville?
branches.
Dead
well,
branches is crazy.
the system is in place.
Mike Vrabel, though. Well, Mike Vrabel played for him. That's different.
Well,
He
so did this
played
guy.
for him. He coached. Okay, Mike Vrabel. Ooh, tell me, name the Super Bowls.
He didn't get a chance to, man. They got rid of him too quick in Tennessee. Although I don't think he would have went there with Tennessee.
Too quickly. What? You know how long he been there? Come on,
It's
man.
Tennessee, though, bro. Did you expect Tennessee to ever go?
I would love if they never go in life. They the ops.
They're in his division. That's why.
They the
I know,
ops.
but what I'm saying is it's Tennessee. Like, there's certain teams. I know this is like any team could beat any team on any given Sunday. But in reality, Carolina Panthers to the Super
Those
Bowl,
teams kept going
Tennessee
to
to
the
the Super
playoffs.
Bowl. Okay. Do we expect to see those games?
I get it, but this Belichick tree stuff, I don't want to hear. Tell me about the Shanahan tree. Tell me about the Andy Reid tree, because Andy Reid tree
Mm-hmm.
has more Super Bowls than
That's facts.
Belichick's tree.
That's facts. That's facts.
Harbaugh came
I'll
from
give you
that
that.
tree.
So I don't. It's just I don't want to hear about that tree no more. So I don't expect the Patriots. I don't care nothing about Van Pelt. I thought you was talking about the ESPN announcer. I don't care nothing about Covington. I care nothing about these people. Let's talk about the Steelers and their stupidity. Let's not waste our breaths on these guys
Hey,
right
bro,
here.
your uncle gonna
Go
be
ahead.
hot.
It
Bro.
was next. It was next.
Your uncle gonna be hot, dog.
It was
Mm.
next. You said it. It's here.
Hmm?
Here,
My
Well,
here.
uncle
Let
know
me
how
bring
I
you in.
feel
Let me
about
bring
this,
you in.
and
Let
now
me
I'm
bring
here to
you in.
tell
Let
the
me bring you
world.
in. Let me bring you in. Finally, my favorite weirdo in the NFL, Arthur Smith, will be the offensive coordinator of the Steelers next season. Just to clarify, we'll take a guy who didn't use the most dynamic talent in the NFL last season and give him a team that has offensive challenges. Okay, he's got wide receivers who blatantly take plays off and don't block. You currently have no quarterback, although they're looking at Russell Wilson. Okay, and half of that city's media has been calling for Tomlin's job all season, even though he's never had a losing season and took these bunch of slackers to a playoff game. And now you go ahead and hire Arthur Smith with that weird looking mustache.
he looked
Mo,
like Ron Burgundy, boy.
by all means, please attack this, man.
Pittsburgh, I have a message for you. You guys get to join Washington in your upcoming years of ass. All right? I don't know what y'all would think.
Look
Y'all
at
went and
his
went.
smile.
Y'all got Arthur Smith with this porn stash, who went and got the best running back in the draft, and stop using him. So if you think that you had controversy last year with George Pickens and everybody complaining about how the offense was running and all of that, you just wait until Arthur Smith get in there with that dumb mustache and don't run the ball, don't throw the ball. Y'all just gonna be sitting up there. What we gonna do? We gonna have screen time. That's all it is. It's gonna be screens. Screen here, screen there, screens everywhere. It's over. It's over. So you might not have a decade of ass like Washington got coming to them, but you certainly have about 2 to 3 years of ass. Big old ass too. All right? Coming your way.
BBL cheek.
Congratulations. BBL cheeks
Yeah.
coming your way. And I ain't talking about
Thank
the good BBL cheeks. I'm talking about the ones where they go down to the basement and get damn oil in their ass. All right? You getting the lumpy one.
Talking about the
All
one that you're
right?
going to see when you take a Carnival cruise line and you see
Yeah.
those girls walking
Oh
around. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
what you
God,
want to
this
see.
is
You want to see where
crazy.
they got little dimples on the side. That's what
Yeah.
you want to see.
Yeah. Like concrete. That's what it's gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
The one
thank
where they
you,
got to
Arthur
they
Smith,
sit
for
down,
making our
right
division
click.
easy. That's all I gotta say is thank you for making the division easy, man. I just want to know who you think he's gonna sit, who you think is he's not gonna utilize. That's the real question we should go
Pickens.
with. I
Yeah,
was
he's
thinking
the
the same
Pickens. He'll
thing.
probably take that run. What's the name of that running
Najee,
doing?
Najee.
No,
No,
not
the other one,
Najee.
Warren. Ain't his
Oh,
name like Warren or
What's the
something?
other dude
yeah,
that
TJ Warren. Yeah.
Warren, okay, who was so dynamic that he was breaking those big plays. Yeah, we don't need none of that. We don't need none of them brick
We don't
plays.
need none of that.
No, you just block.
Yeah, I need
He's
you
gonna
to
turn
block.
into a
Okay? Because
blocking
Pickens,
running
he
back.
ain't got to block. Okay, he already
Yeah.
said he don't like. We wrote it in his contract. He ain't got to block no more.
2 to 3 years of ass. Concrete, lumpy ass. Created in the
Your
basement.
uncle, yeah, your uncle gonna be pissed.
He don't like this hire.
He was punching the air. Your uncle was doing
he
this.
looked like Trey and Boys in the Hood. He didn't like this hire.
Tyler,
Oh my god.
Pro Bowl is today at 3:00. Okay, 2-hand touch. Oh no, I'm sorry, not 2-hand touch. They got flag football. They're pulling out the little flags. Hold on, come here. Right, the Mannings are coaching because they don't get enough air. God forbid. Who you got in this game? Just give me, the AFC, NFC. Tell me who you got.
Fuck AFC. Who cares?
That's a great answer. Justin, who you got?
NFC, baby.
NFC. Kory?
AFC.
Mo?
The real winner is the fans. No, it's
Yeah.
not. But
no one's winning in this.
I have the AFC winning only because they got Tyreek. So I got one last thing for you guys. And that's I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing
yeah.
Rocky 2, Apollo Creed. Okay.
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers passed away this past week. And I know some people might say, well, does Carl Weathers have anything to do with football? But Carl Weathers got to start playing football, in case y'all didn't know this. Okay. I know Justin wasn't alive, so he doesn't know about him, but he played for the Oakland Raiders. Okay. But not only that, for most of us here on this panel, he was very much a part of our entire childhood. He was Apollo Creed. You know what I mean? He's Action Jackson, baby. Okay.
Dylan from Predator.
Yeah, he's Dylan.
He was in Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore.
Right. And there's a new generation now, which I'm sure none of us probably know. Maybe Tyler knows. He's on The Mandalorian.
Yep,
I know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a whole new generation that's getting to know him, but he will be missed. And I wanted to make sure I bring him up. I did a last-minute video. Please don't judge me on a video because it's the best I could do with the last minute that I had. I was doing it right at the beginning, right before the show here. So let me just play it real quick for you guys. And for the ratings, y'all. Good in that hat, didn't he?
Knows how to pull a mustache off.
Yeah, not like Arthur Smith.
No, not like Arthur Smith. Look at that mustache. It's sharp.
Yeah, Jackson. I remember that scene. It was hysterical.
Man, he still looked good at 70.
Yeah, he looked good.
Dude, he looked great in The Mandalorian, man. He looks good.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And if there is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
I just want to send a shout out. Okay. Carl Weathers. You were a major part of my history, of my childhood. I watched you, I don't know how many times. My wife knows about you only because she didn't even know what your real name was. When I said Carl Weathers passed on, she said, who? I said Apollo. She went, what? So just let y'all know, you will be missed, man. With that, gentlemen, your final words. Let me start with you, Kory.
Fuck the refs.
All right.
That's what we're doing.
Short and sweet. I like it.
Justin.
Like, comment, subscribe, man. We here next week. Super Bowl Sunday. Tune in and get our takes.
That's live.
And that's live. It's a live show, man. Tune in and get our takes. And man, from the Hip Podcast, bro. Let's get it.
Tyler.
As Anthony knows, you guys don't know as much, but Anthony knows me pretty well. I'm not a note taker. I don't script a lot of things I say. I don't do a whole lot of things, but I did watch the last live that I unfortunately missed. So I had to write some notes down. And I have to get some shit talking in because I wasn't there to defend myself, unfortunately. So just to bring up the fact, you're right. Our kicker missed it. He missed a field goal. The Green Bay's kicker was not a good kicker. He wasn't a great kicker that whole season, and it's unfortunate. He not great. Let's talk about another missed field goal that cost the game. When the Buffalo Bills kicker, when the lights were too bright in his eyes, and when we talk about this, we can shit on this. We can shit on the Green Bay as much as we want. But at the end of the day, he was a rookie kicker that just showed that he just wasn't ready to be in the NFL. With how many years was the Buffalo kicker? How many years was the Buffalo?
I shit on him too, dog.
3 years.
Yeah,
so you got a 3 year to a 1 year. His first year to a man that's already fucking kicking field goals, who's already fucking getting used to the NFL, misses it and fucks up. You want to bring that in because now the Packers have picked up another fucking kicker. They're sitting here upgrading themselves. We're picking up a kicker who has so much better percentage in kicks. So the Green Bay is sitting here bringing it in when you shit on them. They're going to be coming in and embarrassing what's going to be coming up next. And now that I'm done with you, and I get it, man, I still love you. There's still love. I have to defend myself. I got to come with that heat. My next thing is, Anthony, for the love of God, I don't know who you pay. I don't know how much you paid that Swami because you fucking got ripped off. At the end of the day, he ripped your ass off. Predictions were how much?
$5. What you want for $5?
$5? I would have given you $20 to find a better one. God damn. Because at the end of the day, Lions beating the 49ers, at least he couldn't get that fucking prediction right. He even got it wrong 27-17. What the fuck are we talking about here? And then he said the Chiefs over the Ravens. He managed to get that portion slightly right, but in overtime 42-35, what the fuck are we talking about here? Get your money back. Demand the money back. Don't hire him again. I'll donate you money to get a better Swami because god damn, you got ripped off. But everyone, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let's keep it on. Let's keep on talking about football because we're going next Sunday, baby. Going live for the Super Bowl just before it to talk about it. Got to keep it in, baby.
You're lucky it's the end of the show and I can't rebuttal you, but I'm gonna let you live. Go ahead.
I was waiting for a moment. I didn't know when I was going to get one.
I'm gonna let you live.
Hey Mo, you
I
still
still
with us?
love you. I still love you.
Love you too.
Mo put it. It's frozen, but I think his audio. Mo, you muted?
Mo, are you still there?
I think he's gone.
All right. Well, Mo, I'm gonna skip you for that. Got love for you though, baby. I thank you for even just coming on. Okay. With that said, everyone, thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. Next week we are live before the Super Bowl. We will be on at 2 p.m. Okay. On Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Okay, we'll be on at 2 p.m. Okay, we'll be talking right up to just about before almost the tip off. Okay. Additionally, look out for draft day. We will be going live during the draft. And please keep it an ear out for any big. If you hear any, you want to subscribe and click the little bell on YouTube, because when we go on, it's going to be because something happened in the NFL. We will be here to let you know about it. So please make sure that you're subscribed to it and click the bell icon. So with that said, gentlemen, thank you for showing up today, coming out on a week that we weren't even supposed to have a show. Okay, but we had to do one, and we'll all see you next week. So to everyone out there, as always, let's keep it football and let's keep it from the hip. Thank y'all. Have a good one.
Time to drink more.